I'm Eileen. I'm 33 years old, happily married with 3 young sons, twin boys who are 10, Hayden and Jake, and a 4-year-old boy who is Joseph. As all I ever wanted to be was a stay-at-home mom. That was it. And I was lucky enough to be a stay-at-home mom.
Until?
My world got rocked. When we first moved down to North Carolina in 2003, I was definitely fine. About 2 years into living here, I noticed changes. I was tired, depressed. After I had Joseph is when everything went downhill health-wise. I did what I had to do as a mother. I kept fighting through and pushing through, and it wasn't until 2009 that I was actually diagnosed. And I went in, and within 45 minutes, I was diagnosed with stage 4 colon cancer.
I was actually with the kids at the time, and she just called me and just told me to come get her. And she wouldn't tell me what was going on. And she just told me, you need to come here now, you need to pick me up. And I knew something was wrong, but she just wouldn't tell me. And as soon as I got in the car, she just, broke down and told me, I had cancer. Once you hear that, I mean, personally speaking, everything just goes quiet.
That night before we went to bed is when it really hit me, and I just started crying. And I just thought of the boys. What about the boys? What's going to happen to the boys?
When I first found out that my mom got cancer, I felt a little shocked and confused, because at first I didn't know what cancer was. When they just said, oh, your mom got cancer, and they explained it, so I was just confused.
We talked to her on the phone when she was in the hospital, and me and my brother were really sad because we didn't really get to see her for a long time.
The chemotherapy and radiation is awful. Chemotherapy is awful. It started out with chemo. About 6 weeks after my surgery in November, I went into chemo. It was December 16th was my first day. And I came home and I was exhausted and I was so tired. And I couldn't do anything. The smell of food made me sick. Talking made me sick. Watching TV made me sick. Reading made me sick. It didn't matter. So every day at 1 o'clock I had to be there for 34 days. And it was Monday through Friday, 34 days. So it was just hard to have to get there every day on time, and then you came home and you're just exhausted.
Once that happens, it's like learning a whole new language in a day. It's just so much to absorb as far as, from my standpoint, medicines and treatment and making sure she's okay and the boys are okay, and then there's homework and dinner and school and my job, and it was just a lot to balance.
Cancer is the most selfish disease. You really constantly have to think of yourself. And if I started to think of what they were thinking, that was going to hurt my recovery, my fight, because it broke my heart to even think what they were thinking. Helene must have been an amazing woman and mother to have her sons care enough about the people they don't even know.
Talk about a great organization. From offering financial support for my little guy to continue going to daycare so Eileen would get the proper rest during the day while I was at work, to, housekeepers coming in, once a week that I wouldn't have to when I got home. Just one less thing I needed to worry about.
What I like about the Helene Foundation is that you can feel their care. You're not a little fish in a big bowl. You can feel that somebody cares about you.
I remember when they started to come and I saw these huge white things in front of the door, and it was like a cooler. I was wondering what it was, and then I found out it was food.
They took the weight off of my chest about having to worry about the cleaning, the cooking, and the schoolwork was the most important. The tutor has really helped.
My grades were sort of at a low level, and then I went to tutoring, and then after a week or so, my grades started to improve, and the tutors are really, really nice and friendly.
They answered a prayer that was really weighing on me, and that was, what were we going to do with Joseph, the almost 4-year-old, while I was in bed. So they put Joseph into daycare while I finished my treatment.
You know, every time I turned around, they were extending their help to us, and it was just unbelievable to kind of feel that genuine, you know, I know what you're dealing with.
The services that they offer are what you need to get yourself better and what the children need to feel good.
So it makes you feel very touched and special and blessed that, you know, people are out there to kind of look out for you in that way.
I got to actually take care of myself because of the Helene Foundation.